The following is a presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and/or future, and presented by Sports Simulations and Replays, the group on Facebook where you, the sports fan, can post your simulation and replay, whether it's tabletop on the PC or a console. We don't care. Sports Simulations and Replays on Facebook. As we start Week 20 of the 1982 Major League Baseball season, the Montreal Expos have righted the ship and have gone down to Atlanta and kicked a little tail. Tuesday night, it was a 4-1 win starting in the second. Tim Wallach, a sac fly, made it 1-0 Montreal. Then Doug Flynn, who's over from the Texas Rangers, scored Gary Carter on a single. 2-0 Expos in the second. But then Brett Butler, a sac fly in the fifth, made Skip Carey and Pete Van Wieren happy. 2-1 Montreal. But the Expos broke it open in the ninth. That man, Doug Flynn, singled home Gary Carter, and Roy Johnson singled home Tim Wallach. 4-1 the final. Ray Burris gets the win. He goes to 3-7. Rick Mailer goes an inning and 2/3 and takes the loss. He drops to 11-7 on the year. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Baseball 1982 lunch replay from Atlanta's Fulton County Stadium. It is the Montreal Expos and the Atlanta Braves. Bill Gullickson for Montreal and Rick Camp for Atlanta on a hot, sticky 81-degree night.
Play ball!
In the city. Why, good afternoon. I'm Ron Chuckard. Welcome to the show. We should have a dandy for you. The Braves have played well. They're 63-55 and 15 games out of second place. They have done everything they could this year. The Dodgers have just been too good. But they get the Expos in town, and some people still think that miracles can happen, even with 40-some-odd games to go, and you can make up a 15-game deficit. You're going to do that, you got to beat Montreal. After a rough series against the Phillies, the Expos, as I said, have righted the ship. They are now 77-41. And so the Expos and the Braves, what many would hope to be a National League Championship Series preview, well, at least the Expos are going to get there. Now let's show you the standings. The Expos have won 3 straight. They're 5-5. Philadelphia, 8 out of their last 10. But in reality, they've made up some ground. It's not 10 games. It's not over. But the fat lady is certainly taking some lozenges and warming up her voice. Pittsburgh, 15 back. They've won 5 straight. St. Louis is done. 17 out. They will not win the World Series this year. Chicago and New York, well, golf season awaits. Why are the Dodgers so good? They're 79-41. They have a chance before Friday to clinch a winning record on the year, and today's only August 18th. The Braves, they've lost 3 straight. They still technically have a chance. They play very well at home. They're 63-55. Look what's going on in the American League. The Orioles have lost 3 straight. Milwaukee and Detroit have won 7 out of their last 10. And the Tigers have overtaken Baltimore for first place by half a game. Milwaukee is 2 back. In the West, California has stumbled. They've lost 4 straight. Their lead over Kansas City is now 4. Detroit and California Thursday at lunch. And on Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, because someone is on vacation, Kansas City and the White Sox. Maybe you'll get lucky, Dennis Lamb fans, and get to see him pitch. So, Trod fan, Dale Lonsdale, DC, how you doing? Thanks for uploading these videos. For the basics, they're helpful. I just purchased a hockey game. Oh, cool, good for you. I was anxious to learn about hockey after watching Dave's games, among others. I appreciate that. Well, you're welcome, DC. Glad to have it. Dave Gardner's a big fan of Action PC Hockey as well. Action and PC and Jimmy the Greek got it right about Montreal. How you doing, Kenny Castro? DC says I get to play the Seals, WHA teams, and other oldies. Thanks. I appreciate that a great deal. All right, so you've seen the standings, and again, the American League is the great place to be. Rick Camp gets the start today. This will be start number 11 for Rick. He is 7-4 on the year with 3 saves and a 3.50 ER. What the hell just happened? Oops, kind of switched screens. 3.50 ERA. His last start came against the Padres on August 13th, so 5 nights ago. It was a win, a choppy win, but a win nonetheless. He seems to be a 7-inning pitcher. His last 6 starts have gone 7 innings. 12 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 1 and struck out 2. So in 100.1 innings, 108 hits, 8 homers, 53 runs. Bad defense behind him, man. 39 of those runs are earned. Walked 24 and struck out 45. He pitched 1 inning against the Expos in relief on June 6th. And it was clean. The lineup that Camp will face: Timmy Raines leads off in left field. Joe Youngblood is in right field. He'll bat second. And then the heart of the order, Andre Dawson in center. Al Oliver, the first baseman, cleans up. Then Gary Carter, the catcher, bats fifth. Timmy Wallach, the third baseman, bats sixth. Chris Spire, the shortstop, bats seventh. Doug Flynn, last night's hero, bats eighth. And Bill Gullickson is on the mound. Defensively for Atlanta, Wissington is a 2-1 and left. That's terrible. Brett Butler, a 6-4 in center, and Dale Murphy is stuck in right field at a 2-4. So the Braves outfield defense is some kind of terrible. Bob Horner a 3 at third, Jerry Royster a 3 at short, Glenn Hubbard an 8 at second. Chris Chambliss is at first, and Sinatro is your catcher. God, I forgot about him. He's a 2-3. So infield will play the corners in. They're going to play for the bunt to range. Chambliss is a 7 at first. Timmy at 297. 4 homers and 36 RBI. Camp delivers, and Rain slaps that one into right. Murphy will cut it off. And that's how this one starts. Weather, 81 degrees, winds 3 miles an hour out to left. Joe Youngblood at 211, 4 RBI since his trade from the Mets. Clinton Parks, how are you? Today is indeed Tuesday. Yep, we're 5 hours behind. Yes, you'll be joining us in our quaint and ancient ways in the Eastern Time Zone, I believe, next week, right? Throw to first. Raines is back. No, he's gone. He was gone. And Chambliss threw to Royster, and they got him on a pickle play. So 1 out for Youngblood. That's why you throw the pickoff, boys and girls. So 1 out. Camp delivers. Ground ball to Horner, and that played Bob. And so Youngblood will hold at first. And so 2 Expos have reached, only 1 is on for Andre Dawson at 306. 23 homers, 92 RBI. Saturday, guys and lady. Well, we're hoping that Bobby Catalano comes in. And I know that your lady is real anxious for you to get home. Pitch to Dawson. Line drive to Royster. Youngblood holds on to first. 2 out. For Al Oliver at 338. 14 homers and 66 RBI. Camp's pitch. Ground ball to third. Horner's got that one. Long throw over to Chambliss, and Oliver beat it out. So even when the Braves don't make a mistake, it hurts. Here's Gary Carter at 333. 18 homers and 89 RBI. Appa Chatter, how you doing, buddy? Nice to have you along. Just the start of things, top of the first. Montreal and Atlanta. Joel Youngblood at second. Carter, Oliver at first. Pitch to Carter. There's a base hit left side. Wissington will pick it up. Youngblood holds at third. He's going to try and score. Larry's going to fire it home. Sinatro cannot get the tag on. It's like they were strangers in the night or something like that. The Expos go up 1-0. As Carter is on with a single. Oliver on second. Timmy Wallach at the plate. 277, 20 homers, and 82 RBI. Pitch from Camp. Ball 4, and Rick is loaded here in the first. For Chris Spire at 267, 9 homers, and 47 RBI. Absolutely the worst start you could have for Atlanta. Pitch to Spire. Gets away from Sinatro. Oliver scores. Carter to third. Wallach to second as Camp uncorks one. And it's 2-0. He blocked the plate his way, which was pretty much non-existent. Yes. Yes, Dave. 3-1 the count. Camp delivers. Ball 4. So Camp slams the ball back in the glove for Doug Flynn, who's at 281 with 6 RBI. 2-0 Expos. 2 out, top the first. Pitch from Camp. Flynn to Horner to Hubbard for the easy play at second, and finally the inning's over. 2 runs on 3 hits and the boo-boo by Horner. Half an inning in the books. Montreal 2, Atlanta coming up. So Bill Gullickson, 14-6 on the year, with a 2.67 ERA. This is start 25 for Gully. It's an 89-mile-an-hour fastball pitcher against the Phillies on August 12th. That was his last start. 6 2/3 of shutout baseball on 7 hits, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. So overall, 168 in the third innings, 148 hits. Only allowed 12 home runs, 66 runs, 50 earned. He has walked 37, struck out 126, and he beat the Phils in he's won his last 5 starts. So he's beat the Phils twice in St. Louis. Struck out 10 Phillies on August 2nd. The lineup, Brett Butler, who's hitting 203, will lead off. Expos play for the bunt. Jerry Royster will bat second. Dale Murphy will bat third. Chris Chambliss cleans up. Bob Horner bats fifth. Larry Wissington will go sixth. Glenn Mother Hubbard will bat seventh and play second. Matt Sinatro, the catcher, will bat eighth, and Rick Camp, who threw 35 pitches, bats ninth. Defensively for Montreal, Timmy Raines at 4-4 in left. Andre Dawson at 10-5 in center. Joel Youngblood at 2-5 in right. Not Jack, just in case somebody asked. Timmy Wallach's at third. He's playing in for the bunt. Chris Spire is 6 at short. Doug Flynn is at 8 at second. Al Oliver is 6 at first. And Gary Carter at 10-7. Butler's going to swing. 203 with 15 RBI. Here's the pitch. Chopper down to Flynn, over to Oliver, 1 away. And Wallach, by the way, is a 7 at third. So 1 out for Royster at 276. No homers and 13 RBI. Gullickson's pitch. Ground ball to Spire. Long throw over to Oliver, 2 out. Brings up Dale Murphy. Murph at 274. This was one of his MVP years, by the way. 27 homers and 85 RBI. Gullickson's pitch. Fly ball to left. Raines in the corner and makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 1, that was easy. Montreal 2, Atlanta nothing. So Bill Gullickson is hitting 125 with 8 RBI and 20 strikeouts. Camp kind of laboring after that rough first inning. Pitch, ground ball to Royster, over to Chambliss, 1 away. So through 9, no, Chambliss dropped it. But he's out. The throw was low. Chambliss knocked it down and picked it up. And because it's the pitcher, man is out. So the Braves get away with another potential miscue there. Here's Timmy Raines. He singled his first time up. So Rick Camp threw 37 pitches, 9 batters, inning in the third, 3 hits, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. Playing for the bunt. Pitch from Camp. Ground ball to first. Chambliss takes it to the bag himself. 2 out. Joel Youngblood is 0 for 1. He scored. Reached on an error by Horner. That led to 2 runs. Camp's pitch. Ground ball to Hubbard over to Chambliss. And that will retire the side. So Camp gets a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the second. Montreal 2, Atlanta nothing. Probably would have gotten Cano out as well. Steve Yeager, myself. Yeah, all easy outs. Chris Chambliss at 277, 10 home runs and 43 RBI. Pitch to Chambliss is a fly ball to center. Dawson's there. 1 out. So Bob Horner at 256, 28 homers and 72 RBI. Yep, you as well, Mr. Chatter, huh? Gullickson deals, ball 4. So Bob Horner takes the walk on a 3-2 pitch. I read that one a little too fast. So the fastball missed. And that brings up Wisenton, who's hitting .345, by the way, with 9 doubles, 3 homers, and 26 RBI. Horner on first. 2-0 Montreal, bottom of the second. Gullickson's pitch. And it's a balk. He balked on an 0-2 curve, and Gullickson and Jim Fanning say a few words, and he kind of bluffed to first and went home, and you can't do that. So it's a balk. It's still an 0-2 count, and Horner in scoring position at second. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to Oliver, who makes a diving stop. Flips it over to Gullickson for the out. So Horner moves over to third. Oliver just kind of dove mid the play, and Gullickson instinctually went to first. 2 out for Glenn Hubbard. 290, 7 homers and 45 RBI. How you doing, Todd B? Let's go Mets and Blues. That's right, Atlanta feels like the Nats. That is true. Pitch to Hubbard. Ball 4. So Gullickson has runners on the corners, and 2 out for Matt Sinatro, who did things his way so much he played himself right out of Atlanta. 2 for 14 on the year. That's a 143 average with a solo home run and 4 strikeouts. Pitch to Sinatro, and there's a ground ball base hit left side. Horner scores. Hubbard goes to third. Spire channels his inner Trey Turner and can't get to it, so it's 2-1. Here's Rick Camp. He is 0 for 17 on the year with 9 strikeouts. Has a chance for an RBI here. Here's the pitch. Struck him out. He swung on and missed on an 0-2 fastball, and that's the inning. No runs, 1 hit, or 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. After 2, Montreal 2, Atlanta 1. So it'll be Dawson, Oliver, and Carter. Dawson 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Camp. Fly ball to center. Butler moves over. 1 out. Al Oliver singled and scored in the first. Camp deals. Right back to Rick, over to Chambliss for the out. Oh, that was that last night? I saw that. Jeremy Jeffries of the Brewers really did his best Keanu Reeves impression and snagged a line drive. That was a pure reflex play. My goodness. Here's Gary Carter. Gary singled and drove in one of the runs. 2-1, Montreal, 2 out, top the third. Camp is settled in, and Carter lashes this one to right. Murphy throws it back in. So a 2-out single for Tim Wallach, who walked his first time up. So Carter on first. 2 out. Camp. Here's the pitch. Carter goes. The throw down to Hubbard, and he is safe. Gary Carter had a 40% chance of making that steal, and he does. So that's the 5th for Carter. And a 1-strike count. That was a straight steal. That was not a hit and run. Wowzers. Pitch to Wallach. Struck him out. 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. 2.5 in the books. No runs, a hit, and no errors. Montreal 2, Atlanta 1. It's ID Jester. How you doing? Yeah, he did. That was a great catch. It's Sports Time Machines Friday. And so Brett Butler's 0 for 1. Gullickson threw 9 batters, 35 pitches, 2 hits, or 2 innings, a hit. He walked 2 and struck out 1. Butler not going to bunt this time around. Here's the pitch. Struck him out. 2-2 in there at the knees. 1 out. Jerry Reister's 0 for 1. Gullickson, they're playing for the bunt again. Not gonna do it. Liner to right. Youngblood is there. 2 out. Quick inning for Gullickson, and here's Dale Murphy. He's 0 for 1. The pitch. Popped up. Carter behind the plate. Takes off the mask. Makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 3, Montreal 2, Atlanta 1. So Spire, Flynn, and Gullickson for the Spos here in the 4th. So glad to have you along on this Tuesday afternoon, or if you're in Wales, just after tea time, thinking about dinner, thinking about a nice delicious dish of black pudding. Spire walked his first time up. Pitch from Camp, struck him out. No 2 pitch, he swung on and missed on the off-speed stuff, and that's 2 for Camp. Dougie Flynn went 0 for 1. Pitch from Rick. Ground ball to first. Chambliss takes it to the bag himself. 2 quick out. So Camp, after that rough first inning, has settled in. With Atlanta down now 2-1. Bill Gullickson was retired his first time up 0 for 1. I am very sick. Yes. Yes, I am. White pudding isn't bad. Pitch to Gullickson. Foul tipped, and he stays alive on the 1-2 curve. So Camp and Sinatra on the same page. Here's the pitch. Got him. So he swung on and missed on another off-speed pitch. No runs, no hits, and no errors. After 3.5, Montreal 2, Atlanta 1. Yep, you need the Booty Blues for Tuesday afternoon. Clinton, what have you enjoyed for food in Wales? To be serious for a moment. Chris Chambliss, Bob Horner, and Ken Wissington. Or Wissington do up here in the 4th. Chambliss is 0 for 1. Pitch from Gullickson. Ground ball to Wallach. Over to Oliver. Chambliss has got wheels and is out by an eyelash. A bang-banger for sure. And there's 1 away for Bob Horner, who walked and scored the lone Braves run in the 2nd. Uh-oh. Demos just played a game of pine tar baseball, and it's not responsible for his own wackiness. Talk about a groan, kadoom-doom. Bangers and mash, I like that. A veggie sausage steak and ale pie. Huh, I haven't had the steak and kidney. I like bangers and mash. Pitch to Horner. Liner to Wallach, 2 out. So Gullickson is just throwing Adam pitches, just hitting the right Adam. Larry Wissington, not Dave. Larry's 0 for 1. Gullickson delivers, and there's a fly ball to right center. Dawson is there and makes the catch. No runs, no hits, no errors. Gullickson's allowed 1 hit through 4. After 4, Montreal 2, Atlanta 1. So corner is in for Timmy Raines, who's 1 for 2. Rick Camp threw 18 batters, 69 pitches, 4 innings, 4 hits. He's walked 2 and struck out 3. Clinton, never known for being subtle. He'd rather eat sushi out of his cat's tuchus than eat black pudding. Wouldn't that be kind of one and the same? So Range is 1 for 2. Camp delivers, and there's a slasher down the line and left. Timmy's going for 2, and he's got it. So the slide was in there. Wissington with a decent throw, and Tim's on second. And that's the 5th Montreal hit. So Joe Youngblood is 0 for 2. He scored a run, reached on an error by Horner in the first. Throw to second, Range is back. Camp goes home, and Youngblood draws the walk. So full count was off the plate, just a bit outside. And that brings up Andre Dawson with runners on first and second, and nobody out. Oh dear, how can you have less pitcher interaction than Appa? That's gross. Pitch to Dawson is a fly ball to right center. Butler comes in, makes the catch. Raines will tag. The throw to Horner is not in time. And so Youngblood moves up. Everybody moves up 90. And it's first or second and third. And 1 out for Al Oliver. This, by the way, game 119 for both teams. 41 left after this. Or 42 left. Because I can do math. Oliver, line drive to Horner. The throw to second. They do not double Youngblood. But Oliver with a laser shot to Horner. And Royster was smart. He moved to cover the bag. And Youngblood got back. So 2 out for Carter. Gary is 2 for 2. Has singled. Stole a base. He only stole 2 in real life and has 5 in the replay. And drove in his 90th run. Clinton says there was a great Italian restaurant next to the hotel. Great food. And a hot brunette with those beautiful Italian curves. The hitters, Cards, and Pine Tar do have lefty-righty rating. Carter is ready. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to Hubbard, who makes a fantastic stop on the bag. Over to Chambliss, and that retires the side. Hubbard saves 2 runs. On a good play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Halfway home here in Atlanta. Montreal 2, Atlanta 1. The wind is now blowing out tonight at 9 to left center, and it's a nice night here, only 78 degrees. As we look at the in-game box score, Tim Raines is 2 for 3, so is Gary Carter. And the lone hit goes to Matt Sinatro. Yep, baseball's a funny game. On the mound, Gullickson, 4 innings, 1 hit on 63 pitches. Rick Camp hasn't allowed an earned run, thanks to Bob Horner. He has walked and struck out 3. So Hubbard, who made that fantastic play, walked to end the inning, walked his first time up. Pitch from Gullickson. There's a liner up the middle for a base hit. So Hubbard on first for Sinatro, who singled and drove in the lone run for Atlanta his first time up. Gullickson pitches, struck him out. Full count, swung on and missed. That's 3 for Gullickson. So Oliver and Wallach are playing for the bunt. Camp can't hit, so he's going to bunt. Carter has it. Fantastic play over to Flynn covering first. And that ball is bobbled. Do they get him? Do they get him? Yes, they do. Carter uncorked the throw low. Flynn did his best Bunny LaRock impression. Got down, saved it. And because, again, it's the pitcher, they get the out. So it goes on the card as a sacrifice 2-4. But that Good defense there by Montreal to cover up the bad throw by Carter. Here's Butler. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Hubbard on second, 2 out. He's going to drop one for trying to hit. Wallach has got it. Butler's got wheels. The throw to Flynn is in time. So Atlanta gambled and Atlanta hit snake eyes. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 5. Expos 2, Braves 1. So Wallach, Spire, and Flynn here in the top of the 6th. Tim is walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. Pitch from Camp. Ground ball at Chambliss to the bag, 1 away. Let's see. To continue the thought on Pine Tar, the 9-inning game, full 9-inning game, I had exactly 1 play where the pitcher's rating changed the result. That's horrible. That is terrible. No, an Appa Master has much more pitcher interaction. Well, at least you tried it. Chris Spires 0 for 1. He's walked and struck out. Pitch from Camp. And there's a base hit, and the left Wisenton is there. Throws it in. And there's a 1-out single. Only the 6th hit allowed by Camp. Here's Doug Flynn. Doug is 0 for 2. Pitch to Camp. And there's a ground ball base hit up the middle. Spire will hold at second, and the Expos got something going. So with Gullickson at the plate, Atlanta plays him in. Horner, Chambliss, and Gullickson exchanging greetings. Camp and Sinatra have a few words. Here's the pitch. Gullickson ground ball at Chambliss to Royster for 1, and that's all they're going to get. But Chambliss got the lead runner at second. Gullickson swung on that. That was not a bunt. And so Chambliss gets the fielder's choice. So still runners in the corners, 2 out for Tim Raines, who was 2 for 3 with a double. So through 27 batters, Camp 5 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs unearned, walked 3 and struck out 3 on 107 pitches. At least you tried it. That's all that matters. Camp's pitch. There's a ground ball to Royster over to Hubbard to get the force, and the Braves get out of the jam. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. 5.5 in the books. Montreal 2, Atlanta 1. I've heard of Pine Tar. I haven't seen it. And Jerry Royster at the plate. Royster, Murphy, and Chambliss. Royster's 0 for 2. With the control ratings, I think in Appa Basic you get some character, some depth for the pitcher. And let me tell you, having a B not being able to stop a single on a 9 hurts. So it gives the C pitcher a leg up. Pitch to Royster is a ground ball to Wallach. Long throw over to Oliver, 1 out. Dale Murphy at 272, 27 homers and 85 RBIs, or 0 for 2, because we're not in the first. Gullickson delivers. Murphy pops this one into shallow left center. Dawson comes in, makes the catch for the out. Appa Chatter says I usually give a 5-game tryout for those new games. I suppose after an afternoon or 5 games or whatever, you get a good sense of whether you like it or not. Chris Chambliss is 0 for 2. Bob Horner on deck. Pitched from Gullickson is a base hit left side past Spire. Spire should have had it, and Chambliss is hurt. He tweaked a hamstring. He says he's okay. He's got the hand up as the Braves training staff comes out. Joe Torre says, "You sure?" And Chris says, "Yep." Well, let us spray some of this stuff that doesn't do anything on it and make it feel better. Bob Horner walked and scored. He's 0 for 1. Yeah, Fall Classic I think you'd like. Pitch to Horner. Ground ball to Spire over to Flynn, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 6 in the books. Montreal 2, Atlanta 1. And so Camp will march out for the 7th inning. Youngblood, Dawson, and Oliver do up for Montreal. 2-1 Expos. 7 hits for Montreal, 3 for Atlanta, and the A's have an error. It will be the freeze spray, which never worked. By the way, the wind has now died out to left center, and the temperature is 76. And Warren Cromartie will pinch hit for Youngblood. Cromartie at .266 on the year, 9 homers and 58 RBI. Top the 7th, ground ball to Royster over to Chambliss, and there's 1 away. Andre Dawson is 0 for 3. Pitch from Camp, ball 4. So Al Oliver, 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. Dawson, by the way, has 29 steals on the year. And we look out and see Carlos Diaz. We want to know, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because neither one of them are very good. So there'll be some action coming up. Last batter's going to be Oliver for Camp. 1 out, top the 7th. Runner on first is Dawson. Popped up, right side. Hubbard, 2 out. And so for Carter, they're going to go with the bed run. No. Atlanta used Garber for 59 pitches last night, Bedrosian for 23, and Donnie Moore for 45. And so Camp, who's due up 4th, is going to talk himself to stay in the game. So runner on first, 2 out for Carter, who's 2 for 3. Single twice, RBI, and a stolen base. Camp delivers. There goes Dawson to throw down to Hubbard. They got him. Imagine that. So Carter, who was out or safe with a 40% chance, and Dawson is out with a 90% chance. Time to stretch it here in Atlanta. Montreal 2 and Atlanta 1. Make sure I got this. I got someone new to thank, by the way, as a patron on my Patreon account. If you haven't done it yet, don't feel obligated, but we always will take it for sure. Patreon.com at Retro Sports Network or / Retro Sports Network. Logacta Live is our latest one. And on Thursday, we'll thank all the people who've given so far on Patreon so far. But Logacta Live, he's the guy that plays North American Soccer League Soccer on his channel, which is very cool if you ask me. He's the latest patron, and if you'd like to join the list and have me gush over you, patreon.com / Retro Sports Network. And as Twiggy never said to any of her braziers, thank you for your support. So it'll be Larry Wintonson, Glenn Hubbard, and Matt Sinatro maybe. 2-1 Montreal, bottom of the 7th. Wissington is 0 for 2. My nose itches. Pitch, ground ball to Flynn, over to Oliver, and 1 out. Tea time. Can you thumb down just the chat? Sure you can. No, each game is different. Some, it's kind of like pizza, Ken. There are people who like pineapple pizza. And I find that disgusting. Ugh. Just putting it out there. I can see the things for basic Yappa good, pro or con. I've played it. I'll play it every once in a while. But I'm more of the strat type of guy, and of course the computer is always easier for me. But To each their own. There's a some of you probably know Glenn Hubbard, by the way, has singled and walked. He's 1 for 1. And Hubbard ground ball to Wallach over to Oliver for the out. You know Fuzzy over at the Delphi board. He's the one that came up with the MGD, the multiple game disorder, that we all have. Sinatra's going to bat. He's 1 for 2. He's got himself a strikeout and an RBI single. 2 out, bottom of the 7th. Gullickson deals, and there's a chopper up the middle. Spire by the bag over to Oliver for the out. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Camp's coming out after 7. Montreal 2, Atlanta 1. So Steve Bedrosian is in for 1 inning. 3.70. 8-6 on the year with 3 saves. This is relief appearance number 50. And the 54th overall for the 1987 Cy Young Award winner. He pitched 2 innings last night. 1 hit and 2 strikeouts. 92 in the 3rd inning, 79 hits, 5 homers, 42 runs, 38 earned, 50 walks, and 76 strikeouts. 3.70 ERA. And now I'll tell the story. As Gary Carter steps up, he's 2 for 3. He singled twice, stole a base, and drove in a run. Yeah, we know Fuzzy. Does it? That should change. There you go. Oh, see, you people are weird. But ID doesn't like poutine. So you know, Clinton says, I play what appeals to the senses. Some I like, some I don't. But I'm happy. I'm beginning to like C&D, though. I still play Digital Diamond and MP3. He has action and OTP, but I like the dice. Anyway, there was a game called Baseball Classics. Now, Fuzzy plays every little game. I mean, he's the one that has multiple game disorder. I mean, none of us have it as bad as he does. Was it one of my commenters the other day, either on the board, on the Sports Simulations and Replay group or in one of the chats, said, is it worth picking up a 3rd baseball game? I think I got 6 baseball games on this computer alone. Anyway, he tried it and he hated it, and he had some interactions with the creator which didn't go very well, which irritated Fuzzy even more. And so, yep, and to me that's the pineapple on the pizza type deal. Play what you like, that's what matters. We're all here to enjoy the hobby. Gary Carter, if I hit the right button, strikes out. Bedrosian starts the inning on a 2-2 fastball. For strike 3, inside on the black, 1 away for Wallach, who's 0 for 2. Pinch hitter Butler and Royster for Atlanta in the bottom of the 8th when we get there. Wallach, fly ball to right. He's not going to be 0 for 3. Murphy's there, 2 away. So Chris Spire is 1 for 2. He has singled, walked, and struck out. Atlanta has done yeoman's work to keep this a 2-1 game, but Gullickson has been pretty much untouchable. Pitch to Spire, struck him out. So Bedrosian strikes out 2. 2-2 on the inside corner. We go to the bottom of the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's still Montreal 2, Atlanta 1. I agree, Clinton. Yeah, the pineapple's on. It's the Hawaiian pineapple and ham. DC says, as a novice to the gaming compared to most people, I hearing opinions of others. Videos are helpful. It comes down to what makes you happy. What floats your boat is my thought. I never thought I'd like APA, now that Ken Castro is putting pins in my route at all. But, you know, I played it as an older person. Not as old as the Rear Admiral. And I enjoy it. I think it plays very, very fast. Are there better iterations out there? Yes. But APA itself isn't terrible. And Bud W just bought Action. I like it so far, but the cards are nice. I've got the predictions up in the corner, but you know the cards and dice are nice. It's all about your own imagination. I imagine it has to do with Italian curves, Clinton. Appa Chatter watches tons of videos for games either don't have or haven't played. And yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons why we do this. I've been accused by some of being the people's personal pushers. You know what? I'm going to bat Bedrosian. He pitched so well, he should get another inning. So he's 1 for 7 on the year with an RBI and 2 strikeouts. Gullickson delivers, ground ball to third. Wallach over to Oliver for the out. So through 27 batters, Bill Gullickson at 104 pitches. This could be a complete game. 7 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run it was earned. He walked 2 and struck out 3. Butler we're going to pinch hit for. Claudell Washington at 279, 19 homers and 58 RBI. So Claudell will go in the game in right, and Murphy will move to center for the 10th, or the 9th. Gullickson deals, and Claudell slaps that one to Wallach by the bag at third. Long throw to Oliver is not in time. So Washington has himself an infield hit, and here's Jerry Royster. He's 0 for 3. Yeah, liking the game doesn't, whether the game is good or not. Uh-oh, and Clinton's complimenting ID. So that's, in the chat, that's out there. NPNG's, I don't really like that game. I've played it. I've played the board reader. But it's the thing for me, as Royster is ready, Gullickson deals. Washington on first line, drive to right. Cromartie stays in right. He will throw it in the hole. Washington at second. So the Braves have runners on first and second with 1 out. Dale Murphy is 0 for 3. And so the Braves have a golden opportunity here to get home some runs. Washington the tying run. Royster the go-ahead run. Murphy the piston that drives the engine. Gullickson deals. Struck him out. 1-2 fastball on the outside half of the plate. 2 out for Chambliss, who was 1 for 3. I'll finish that point after this half inning. Carter goes out to talk to Gullickson. And the pitch to Chambliss is a ground ball base hit left side. Raines picks it up. Washington will score without a throw, and we're tied. 2-2. And so now Royster the go-ahead run. Chambliss is 2 for 4. And here's Horner. So the go-ahead run and the Prudential Insurance run on base. So Flynn, a pinch hitter, and Raines due up for Montreal in the 9th. Pitch to Horner. Struck him out. So the Braves tie the game, but Horner swings and misses at an 88-mile-an-hour fastball after 8. Montreal 2. Atlanta 2. Murphy moves to center. And Claudell Washington in right. So Murphy a 10-4 good buddy in center, and Washington a 4-8 in right. And Bedrosian now has a chance to get the win. I played APA at the beginning. What? Oh, comes down to personal preferences. Uh-oh. Dave Gardner needs to yell at me. Yep. Would like Action PC is I could see how they arrived at the stats. The only downer to Action, if there is one, is not being able to see how the sausage is made. And ID is right, compare one game to the other. What I don't like about NPNG is the whole point of playing NP3, APA, at least the basic version of APA, is it plays quick. You know the boards. There's just too many ratings involved in NPNG for my liking, because what I would consider to think of a curveball or a ground ball to second might be a strikeout for some and not for others. And that's just a little too much like work. I enjoy roster card baseball. Have we got Ken's blood pressure going yet? Doing some 78 on that, and it plays, for me, it plays really, really fast. Offense runs hot, but I do like the game. Doug Flynn is 1 for 3. Back here, 2-2 the score, top of the ninth. Braves and Expos. Bedrosian delivers, ground ball to Royster over to Chambliss, 1 out. But the key is, in order to like one game, you shouldn't be knocking others. I don't like OOTP. I think most people know that. But if you do, more power to you. I'm not going to tell you it's a bad game. I'm a replayer. I'm not a what-if type guy, and that just does not scratch my replay itch. But I'm sure they're going to pinch it for Gullickson here. Roy Johnson gets the honors, and Roy is 4 for 14 on the year, 286 with 3 RBI. So 1 out. Bedrosian delivers. Strike 3, gets away from Sinatro. Throw down to first is in time, 2 out. So Wissington, Hubbard, and I'm sure a pinch hitter for Atlanta in the bottom of the ninth. Timmy Raines is 2 for 4. He is singled and doubled. Ball 4, and so the go-ahead run is on. Electric baseball. No. I think that's pretty accurate. The numbers, I believe, on a macro level on Action PC are dead on. Last week I looked after someone said some of the players don't look at their batting the way they should. Batting average in this replay overall has been 261. You look at Baseball Reference, what's the batting average in 1982 for both leagues? 261. There is no remedy for MGD unless you go out and buy a 6 of Miller genuine draft. Buy more games like my wife buys more shoes. Yeah, and I think that's the same for me. So it's a civil conversation. Raines is 61 steals. Pitch to Cromartie. There goes Raines. Sinatra's going to hold on to it. And so they're going to face Warren Cromartie. So the go-ahead run is on second. Cromartie is 0 for 1. Pitch. Fly ball to left. Wissington comes way in there and makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Free baseball time here in Atlanta. Montreal 2, Atlanta 2. And Jeff Reardon gets the call. Jeff, 4 3 on the year, 23 saves. And a 2.41 ERA. This is his 51st relief appearance. He last pitched last night. Oh, that was a doubleheader. Montreal swept a doubleheader. I didn't look down far enough. Oopsie on the intro. And so Reardon threw an inning and a third last night in 2 games. Gave up 2 hits and struck out 1. So in 59 2/3 innings, 62 hits, 17 runs, 6 homers, 16 earned. He walked 18 and struck out 33. Can I do that? No. So Montreal took the opening doubleheader in the series. I knew that when I simmed those games last week. But I forgot. Wissington is 0 for 3. Hubbard and a pinch hitter coming up. Ball 4. Winning run is on for Glenn Hubbard, and they're playing for the bunt. And Hubbard looks over. Hubbard's a perfect bunter, but we're going to hit and run. Runner goes, swung on and driven to left. Raines is there for the out. 1 away. And that's enough of Sinatro. Let's see, righty. It's going to be 3-4. Biff Pocaroba hits the righties better, so he gets the call. 297, 3 homers, and 10 RBI. Dawson, Oliver, and Carter if the Expos go to the 10th. Reardon's pitch. Pocaroba, line drive, foul. And someone from DeKalb makes that catch. So full count, 3-2. Reardon delivers. Ball 4. So the winning run is on second. And Atlanta goes to the bench again, and they're going to call on Rufiano Linares. So chances are he'll go in for Wissington and left. Pocoroba on first. Wissington the winning run. Linares at 310, 2 homers and 29 RBI. Reardon delivers. Ground ball. Oliver to Spire for 1. Back to first. And not in time. So Wissington the winning run is on third. And Linares can just grab a lawn chair and sit on first. And that brings up Quanell Washington. 1 for 1. He scored the tying run in the 8th. Free baseball starts in the 10th. Need more cowbell in here. That wasn't that, Biff. So here we go. Wissington the winning run. Washington takes the pitch. Fly ball, left field, Rains in the corner, and now we get free baseball. Nothing across for the Braves in the 9th. We go to the 10th. Montreal 2, Atlanta 2. So Linares goes in the game in left. Pocoroba will go behind the plate. And we're going to go with Gene Garber, who will bat 6th. Garber, 6-4 on the year, 8 saves, a 2.06 ERA, 56 2/3 innings, 55 hits, 2 homers, 9 walks, and 26 strikeouts. And he pulled double. He pitched 4 innings last night. Allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 2 and struck out 2. Most of those came in game 2. So Linares is a 4-3 in left. Pocoroba a 3-2 behind the plate. And if you're keeping score, that sheet's a mess. Dawson is 0 for 3. Andre has a walk. Pitch from Garber. Ground ball to Royster. Has to hurry. No! Dawson's on with the go-ahead hit. And that is the 8th hit of the ballgame for Montreal. 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Expos. They've left 9 on. Atlanta, 2 runs, 6 hits, an error, and they've stranded 8. Al Oliver is 1 for 4. He has singled and scored. Which game are we talking about now? Pitch from Garber. Dawson goes. The throw down to Royster, not in time. So Dawson gets his 30th steal of the year, and the Expos have the go-ahead run on second. Here's Oliver. Are you going to walk around? You're going to pitch around Oliver to get to Carter? Garber's going to go get him. Fly ball to right. That's going to drop in front of Washington. Dawson will score. The throw home is not in time. So it didn't give me an option there. And Pocoroba got the tag down, but he had already crossed home plate. So the Expos go ahead 3-2. And that brings up Gary Carter, who is 2 for 4. Oh, dice baseball. Hey, that game hasn't been updated in forever, as you guys said. And as Todd B said, later tonight on TBS, after the conclusion of the Braves game, David Hasselhoff sings on Baywatch. And Phoebe gets a cat on Friends. That's tonight on TBS after the game. Pitch from Garber. Ground ball to Royster. That's a slow bounder. Throw to first. Only play is there. They got him. So Oliver on second for Wallach, who is 0 for 3, a walk and a strikeout. 3-2 Montreal, top the 10th, 1 out. Garber is told to go to first, and they'll rather pitch to Chris Spire, who was 1 for 3. He has singled, struck out twice, and walked. But a double play gets Atlanta out of it. Royster, Murphy, and Chambliss. Pitch to Spire, got him! On the inside corner, a 1-2 count. And Spire has struck out 3 times. That brings up Doug Flynn. 1 for 4 with a single. Garber delivers. Ground ball right back to Gene. Over to Chambliss, and that will retire the side. A run on 2 hits and no errors. 9.5 in the books. Montreal 3, Atlanta 2. Royster, Murphy, and Chambliss due up for the Braves. It does kind of sound like Marvin the Martian. Never played Nagamo. Do you want my X-14 Space Exterminator? I was hoping for a kaboom. A big earth-shattering kaboom. Okay, stop the tape. We're still doing baseball. So Royster is 1 for 4. The pitch. Fly ball, left side. Wallach in foul territory, 1 away. I see that ballpark is claiming to develop a PC game. I'll believe that when I see it, to be honest. It'd be great if it did. Dale Murphy's 0 for 4. I take it that Appa Chatter and Kenny Castro are going to go to the convention in Lancaster. Pitch to Murph. Ground ball to Spire. Long throw to Oliver. Murphy's got some speed. He's safe. So the tying run is on for Chambliss and Horner to follow. Chambliss drove in a run to tie the game in the 9th. He's 2 for 4. Or the 8th, rather. 2 for 4 with 2 singles and an RBI. Oh, you do you? What a maroon, yep. Oh, in Atlanta, that's right. Because they haven't been in Pennsylvania in 1,000 years. Really, I do know that. They're Atlanta Marietta. And 90 Jester just made my day. Pitch to Chambliss. Ground ball foul, third base side. So Murphy goes back to first. That'd be kind of fun to do. Strat has tournaments all over the country, too. Here's the pitch. Liner up the middle. Dawson has it on a hop. And Murph will hold at second. So Dawson went all the way back there. But you don't want to make it out now. So the tying run is on second in Murphy. And the winning run is Chambliss at first. And he's 3 for 5. So Reardon has not pitched all that well. Here's Horner. He has walked, struck out, 0 for 3. Uh-oh. I hope that if they do a payoff pitch off. Cool. So here we go. Horner at the plate. Murphy the tying run. Chambliss the winning run. Reardon's pitch. Throw down to first, and Chambliss is back. Carter was trying for the sneaky play. 1-0 the count. Pitch from Reardon. Struck him out. Horner wanted to swing for Marietta, and instead he swung on and missed. So 2 out for a pinch hitter. And now we're going to go with Bob Watson. You don't want to burn the catcher if you don't need to. Watson, 284, 11 home runs, and 27 RBI. Reardon, even though it's dropped down to 72, he's sweating this one out, boys and girls. Carter goes out to talk to Reardon. Murphy the tying run, Chambliss the winning run. Watson, left side, Spire, long throw. Is it in time? Yes! Yes, it is! Spire with a bang-banger, and Montreal hangs on to win the game 3-2. And so Jeff Reardon goes 2 innings and gets the win. 2 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Maybe not his best ever appearance, but It'll get him some money, and Gene Garber, after a good effort by Camp and Pedrosian, gets the hard luck loss in the 10th. 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for Montreal. 2 runs, 8 hits, and an error for Atlanta. And so, who's going to be our MVP? Timmy Raines, we'll say. 2 for 4, a double, and a stolen base. And so, before I go on camera and do the scores, notice who, as we come back up, the batting leader is in Major League Baseball, Bill Buckner, who's hitting .349 in this replay, and as most of you know by now, passed away yesterday at the age of 69. Bill had suffered from Lewy body dementia, which we did not know, and is an absolute folk hero not only in Chicago, but Boston and Los Angeles. Bill was the one that chased back Henry Aaron's 715th home run. He's the one climbing the wall in left field. You know about his career in Boston. It was magnificent. Despite that one game, drove in over 100 runs. There wouldn't have even been a 1986 World Series for the Red Sox without Buckner. And with his knees shot and ankles in terrible shape, he hit his last home run as a member of the Boston Red Sox in 1990, put it into the triangle and hit an inside the park home run. An awesome player, probably Hall of Fame worthy, and a better person to boot. Bill Buckner, you will be missed. Now, lone game in the replay, so we'll play the rest of these out. Now the Dodgers are 80-41. Jerry Royce wins his 15th. They beat the Cubs 6-3. Pete Guerrero, 4 RBIs and 2 triples. Seattle beat Detroit 4-3. Gaylord Perry spits for his 10th win. Dan Petrie takes a loss. Lou Whitaker 2 for 4 with a triple. Pittsburgh beats San Francisco 5-3. Don Robinson goes to 10-6. Cincinnati beats the Mets 4-1. Frank Pastore goes to 8-4. The Yankees beat the Royals 2-0. Tommy John goes to 8-14. St. Louis over San Diego 7-6. Doug Bear goes to 9-1. Darrell Porter with 2 home runs. Houston beats Philadelphia, so Montreal gets even better news with that. 4-3. Texas over the White Sox 2-1. Baltimore 7-4 over Minnesota. Jim Palmer wins his 10th of the year. Cal Ripken has 27 homers. Oakland 12, Milwaukee 3. Mike Norris goes to 9-9, and Boston beat California 2-1. John Tudor 7-11 on the year. Dewey Evans with his 25th homer. All right, standings. Expos by 9 over the Phillies. Los Angeles 16 over Atlanta. Baltimore scooches back out in front of Detroit by half a game. Milwaukee 2.5 back. California 4 over Kansas City, 5.5 over Chicago. Thursday, Detroit and California from the Big A in Anaheim. Friday night, 9 o'clock Eastern, Baltimore and Kansas City. I forgot where that is. Oh, no, Kansas City and Chicago. So those are the next 2 games this week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ron Juckett for Retro Sports Network. This week on the E! Tomorrow with Dave Gardner at noon on his channel. And I'll talk to you tomorrow night, or Thursday afternoon on my channel. Until then, we'll talk to you the next time.